The Chief of Army Staff, Coans, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, has said that training and infrastructural development was key to enhancing the output of personnel of the Nigerian Army. Yahya said this on Thursday in Benin in his remarks at the inauguration of projects at the Nigerian Army School of Supply and Transportation, NASA, Benin, as part of his working visits to the state. He noted that it was in view of this that the Nigerian Army, under his leadership, was committed to providing befitting infrastructure, including accommodation, as well as capacity training and retraining to personnel to ensure effective service delivery. He also said that ongoing construction and rehabilitation of facilities across military formations were all geared towards achieving his key command agenda on administration. While appreciating the Corps Commander Nigerian Army Corps of Supply and Transport, he noted that NAS has been repositioned and urged the management not to relent. He gave assurance of his continued support in other areas requiring inspections. Earlier in his opening remarks, Corps Commander NAS Major General Bolaji Salami said the projects were reflections of the commitment of the Corps, the welfare of military personnel. Salami noted that the project, which included a 350-seat auditorium, 142 beds, maid soldiers hostel, 200 rooms, female student officers hostel, 64-bed female soldiers hostel, and the regimental sergeant major RSM house, were undertaken for the benefit of the personnel. He explained that the 20 rooms female students officers hostel was constructed and donated by the Edo State government to the school.
I'm very pleased to be here and for various events, including the commissioning of some infrastructure and facilities that were built for the school. Training is key and there is no alternative to it, and it's one of my cardinal pillars of my command philosophy, training. There is no alternative to it, and that's why we pay also particular attention to training, including improving the infrastructure of the school. We are commissioning the auditorium here named Muhammad Buhari Auditorium. I have commissioned another exactly the same type in Nasemi and Auchi on Tuesday, along with other facilities for that school. We are commissioning this and other facilities as mentioned also for this school, and we have done similar to other schools, whether you are talking about Nigerian Army School for Infantry, Nigerian Army Armor School, Artillery School, and all in effort to improve training and administration of personnel. I'm very pleased to have His Excellency Executive Governor of Edo State here. He was here when the foundation laying ceremony was done for this particular edifice. It was even in the rain. And today he does not only come, he also came along with a deputy. So if you will, the whole of Edo State government and government house is here. And now when they were mentioning that what he has also supported us, the 20-room officers hostel. He whispered to me there. He said, this is just the beginning. Thank you very much, sir. So what you whispered to me, sir, I have said they have had, and I asked the co-commander ST and the commandant to follow up. Co-commander ST, sir, is from here. So, beside the normal military channel also, he can also meet you maybe at the Upper Palace. So we thank you, Your Excellency, for this. This is not the only one. In everything we do, you have always supported us. I was here, I think, in August last year, and I know what support you have given, and everything you do, it gets to us. We very much appreciate and thank you for this gesture. I mentioned, I said we have done this before, and also the reunion that is going to take place, including the pulling out ceremony for the officers, is also an area we emphasize, so that officers who serve diligently in the army will be given a befitting regimental pull out from the service. We have done like that. The infantry particularly have done for the second time. We have done in the armor, in the artillery, and in the engineers, and all other corps also, including ST that is doing its own there, and medical, and all will make sure we give befitting exit to our own retired senior officers in order to appreciate their contributions. They exit, but they are still available to us where we can tap from their wealth of experience. The years they put in service is very important, and that's what you cannot get until you consult and you will liaise. And I request and urge them not to relent. Many of them have gotten across to us and to our commanders to give input in what we are doing, and that we appreciate. And many of them, when we call also to deliver lectures and papers and seminars, they have always honored our invitation, and that I want to particularly appreciate and thank them, and urge them not to relent. Talking about regimentation, it's not only officers, also soldiers. That's why I have undertaken to give a befitting accommodation for all the RSM, starting from Army Headquarters or Defense Headquarters RSM, to the corps, to the division, to the brigade, and equivalent to the units. So that the RSM, who represent the father of the unit where he is given a befitting residence, and including also mobility, so that when he is moving, he can be well empowered to do his job. We just commissioned that of 4 Brigade yesterday. We have done that for the division and other core schools, and that we will continue also in that drive. I want to appreciate the co-commander ST for all the effort, also the commandant of the school for all that have been done and been said. The school has been repositioned, and that's why we receive a lot of requests all over for the training of drivers. We have trained drivers for the federal road safety here. We have done that also, or we are doing that for the EFCC and others, security agencies who request our intervention in the training of their staff. This is a recognition of the quality of the training the school has repositioned itself to do and provide, and I recommend and urge them not to relent but to continue in that. Other areas that require intervention will still continue in terms of hostel accommodation, in terms of training areas and training facilities, as you hear mentioned by the Corps Commander ST. Finally, let me once again appreciate all who have come here to honor us, starting with Excellency, the Civil Governor of Edo State and the Deputy. I appreciate you, sir, for the support you have given in the officers' accommodation, and even the one you say you are going to give. I also want that I appreciate all the senior officers, particularly retired senior officers who have taken time from far and wide. General Jackie was saying they could have come from Jos to be here. Others could have come from other places that are even farther than that. I think that's the spirit that I appreciate and I saw in the course. When we invite others after leaving, they will be happy to come. And when they arrive, I'm sure they can see some improvement in what they left. And they still have areas they can contribute by giving input and drawing attention to those who are here now. Areas, they see that they can also put eye and improve. I thank and appreciate all the retired senior officers that are here. The senior officer to give the inaugural lecture was my directing staff at Junior Course, General Nagana. I'm sure you still have my paper. And many others I have seen there who have also gotten across to us to support, and that I very much appreciate. Finally, let me every time thank and appreciate Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief for all the support, for the encouragement and strategic guiding he has always provided for the army, and the confidence he reposes in this army for it to do its job. And together with all of you, we will deliver. Thank you so very much.
In his goodwill message, Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki said that the construction and donation of the hostel was the Edo State government's modest contribution to the school. According to him, it is the least we can do for what the army is doing for us in the state.
Brother, a leader, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, the Commander, Nigeria Army Corps of Supply and Transport, another brother who has done so much for us in this state, Major General B.N. Salami. You see, with these sort of officers, I have no choice but to jump to their call anytime they request of us to come and support the activity. For us in Edo, our modest contribution of a 20-room officers' accommodation is the least we can do to support what the army has been to us in this state. I have the distinguished honor and pleasure to now formally cut the tape to this auditorium named after our President Muhammadu Buhari, in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost.
Anita Irene reporting.